Hi and welcome. I'm Benanti. Today I want to talk to you about a form of wellness that's been around for centuries and yet you probably know very little about it. Well, I'm a tarot card reader and I've been doing this for 17 years now. I started in 2000 and I do it because I love it. I mean, I'm really passionate about what I do and I love working with people, and that's super important to me, is being able to guide people on their life path and to help them see the story of their life from a completely different perspective. So when I look at the story of the cards that are laid out on the table, it's like reading a book, and I can see where they've been, where they are now, and the direction they're likely to be headed. Now, there can be other influences that can change that direction. Even their own thoughts and their own perspectives can change that direction. It's not a set in stone thing. I think that's where a lot of people get confused, or skepticism comes in about card reading, because they think that we're always predicting the future, like that's something that's set in stone, and it's really not that way. You have free will to make your own choices. I'm just going to be giving people an influence as far as the direction that their life is going. Tarot cards and a tarot card reading. It's a process using a tarot card deck. There's 78 cards in the deck, and each card has a separate meaning, and those meanings combine together to build a story. Every meaning connects with something in our daily lives, and so everybody can relate to it, which is a really key, important thing. So I'm laying down the cards in particular places, and each of those places is kind of like a map, so they have a meaning, and I'm combining what I see in the card to that location and then making it sort of congruent and flow into the story itself. So I look at past, I look at present, and I look at future. And part of the reason you have to look at the past and the present is so that people know what you're talking about. Like, why would they believe what you tell them about your future if you're not going to be accurate about what's already been going on? Besides those things, also, if they're showing up, there's a reason they're showing up. They're guiding into the reason that your life direction is going in a certain direction, or your life purpose is going in a certain direction. Initially, I was an art major, so for me, pictures have always spoken to me, and that's a significant thing as to why I chose tarot cards. You can technically read anything, and many different types of psychics out there will read through different various media. They can read crystals and stones, they read cards, they read regular playing cards without pictures, they read your palm, your face. There's a lot of things that go into it. But for me, the pictures tell the story, and they really always have, even since I was a child. Now, I was aware of I had that sensitivity as a child. My mom passed away when I was just barely 4. And so because of that, it kind of opened those doors. And then that further opened as I began to grow up. I didn't always receive a lot of validation for my sense of understanding people, so I really learned to hide it. And even now, I can kind of turn it on and off, which some psychics really have a hard time with, but I wasn't encouraged to be sensitive. So I can, when I leave this room, I can turn it off, and I really won't pick up on a lot of stuff unless I'm open to receiving that information. So I've been in business since 2000, and my business name is called Tarot Dallas, nice and easy, and it's tarotdallas.com, which is TAROT Dallas.com. I started because a reader told me I would be good at it. And I was so excited that I went out and got the deck that he told me to get and the book that he told me to get, and I just kind of went from there with it. studied for a long time, and about 3 years, studied books for like the first 3 years, and then was guided to the Living Tarot meetup, which had come to me through spam before we knew what spam was. Yeah, I clicked on it. What can you say? So, and so it's sort of all the doors for me just continuously opened. You know, as long as this was something I wanted, I felt like God just kept pointing me in that direction. And I've met wonderful and famous readers all over the world, and it's just been a super good adventure. So. For me, being my own business owner has been awesome because I'm a mom, I'm married, but I work my schedule around carpool, and I can see people in the evening. My office is off of my garage, so I don't have to walk far. And that's a great thing because then I can, you know, read for someone, go in, make dinner, read for another person, go in, do the dishes, whatever I need to do. But I can always take care of everybody in my family and my clients as well. So, and I love what I do, so that's super fun. So I market myself by using a review site. I use Yelp, and in my industry, reviews are immensely important. In fact, a lot of people don't even look at my website. And I do think reviewing both people's reviews and a website when you're seeking a psychic is extremely important. It's doing your homework. You don't want to go into a place where you feel uncomfortable or awkward. There's all different types of psychics out there, and you really have to find the right one for you. So look at their website as well. It's going to have a biography, frequently asked questions, availability, rates, booking, all that kind of stuff. And that's what you kind of need to know. You need to feel like you're meeting with a person that you want to get to know better. So back to the question, I'm sorry, I use Yelp. And then I've also been working with Empire Radio, doing some radio shows and free readings on the radio with them, which has been a lot of fun. Oh my gosh, computers and technology, my business wouldn't even, I mean, it would exist without it, of course, because I don't rely on any of that for readings, but nobody found me before I reviewed myself. I had a website and everything, but it was like a ghost town on the internet. And it's really hard to put yourself out there if you don't know how to market yourself and use those tools. So I'm slowly becoming a little more savvy. I'm technically challenged for sure, but I'm doing the best I can. And I've learned that it does take a team. You have to have people help you with your marketing, and you know, have a producer if you need that, but you need to work with other people that can support you and raise you up, because a lot of times I'm good at psychic readings, but I'm not good at doing marketing and productivity and technology and that kind of thing. I've had some really great mentors over the years in different modalities of wellness, as well as just tarot card reading. The Reader Studio in New York, hosted by the Tarot School up there, has been a key player in my life. Farrell Humphrey was a really great mentor for me, and she was in charge of the Living Tarot meetup in Dallas. She now is working with the Tarot School in New York. And then one of my favorite mentors who worked in healing wellness as well, she passed, Carolyn Gaffney passed away a few years ago. So, and I guess part of that has also led me to the point that it's time for me to be a mentor to others. And that's one thing that's sort of been coming up more and more recently. And I have to get, you know, my confidence in being comfortable in doing that for other people now. So. They're not ethical concerns for me. What I find is there's a lot of misconceptions and skepticism out there in the industry. And a lot of that has to do with the movie business. So, things that are not going to happen in a card reading. The table will not levitate. The lights will not flicker on and off. And, the candle's not going to blow out and you're going to, be frightened in this depth of darkness. So what people mostly find when they come in is that they're actually really comfortable, confident, and it's a very welcoming environment. So yeah, it's not at all what people expect, but it's not, I don't end up dealing with a lot of the challenges that I think people expect a card reading to have. It's not scary, it's not spooky, and a lot of times when people are nervous coming in, that just sort of melts away as we begin the process of the reading. I probably attribute most of my success to hard work. There's nothing better than perseverance to get the job done. People really, it's being consistent and consistently working hard. I loved what I was doing, and so for me that was really easy to come up with, the studying, the research, and drawing my readings, and wanting to go to seminars and meet other readers and try new things. So it's this sort of constant exploration of oneself. And really everybody wants to know their own story. That's the interesting part. And so for me, it was all about how can I help myself? How can I improve who I am? And then I saw, as I became more confident in that, how I can give back to other people. And that became super rewarding and what I love best, because I'm not great at small talk. I'm not great at large social functions, but I love just hearing people and what makes them tick and what matters to them and what's important. And it's not, it's not that I don't enjoy casual conversation and new shoes and fancy clothes, but I really enjoy the story of who a person is, and that's what I get to hear and work with and guide them on. Well, I've been in Dallas since I was 11. So the city, and my husband owns a business here, so I'm kind of stuck here. I did have an office for a while, but really what I could afford for an office was not, it didn't invite the clientele that I wanted in. And my husband built this room a couple years ago, and he kept calling it the playroom. Like, this is where we were going to send the kids to play. And I kept thinking, oh, no, I know what this room is. So it was really interesting as I was decorating it. This man was out here doing some electrical stuff, and he's like, is this your woman cave? And I was like, yes, that's it. So we call it the studio. And it couldn't be a more perfect space, because it just reads relaxation, it reads peacefulness and calmness. And I think that's what people want. I've even had 2 clients come in for a card reading, and one of them came in and got his reading done, and then the woman went out and did yoga in my garden. So whatever works, I think one of the things that I strive to reach for in my business is making tarot really comfortable for people. A lot of times we have this idea of what a card reader looks like, and she's got gray hair and a broom skirt on, and I wanted to give it a more modern, contemporary feel. I want young people to come in and feel like, okay, this is the wave of the future. Our level of consciousness as humans has really been evolving, and people are so much more open than they used to be. And a card reading is much more of a commonplace thing for people to do. And I was really trying to tap into that. I don't want this to necessarily be old school and all about mysticism and something spooky. It's really down to earth, practical, and good, helpful information. I learned that I was really nervous. I learned a lot about myself from this interview process, and really thinking about what I wanted to say about tarot card reading, and what I want people to know about it, because I do want to break some of the molds, and I'm trying to evolve into broadening what I do, but also what all readers do, and that we're out here to help people. And there's wonderful readers all over the world. It's not just me trying to sell myself. I want people to tap into all of that energy that's out there. There's a lot of good wisdom to be had. And you know, most readers really enjoy what they do. They enjoy looking at your story and helping to guide you on your path. And that's something I'm proud to be a part of. Thanks for joining me today. You're welcome to visit my website at tarotdallas.com. That's T-A-R-O-T Dallas.com. I have rates and booking available on my website, or you can reach out to a reputable psychic in your own neighborhood. There's so much wisdom out there, and there's plenty of people to help you.